But yeah, firstly, welcome guys, and I'm like really grateful to AR Rahman's school and the foundation and KM College for hosting me. Adam Gregg is become a friend of mine through some work I did between Australia and India. Have you guys heard of Indie Earth Exchange? Indie Earth Exchange. It was a music exchange project between a university in Australia and KM College that ran for about 4 or 5 years. Stopped after lockdown, exactly. Sonia Mazumdar and that whole team was a part of it. So I was actually coincidentally studying in the university in Australia that was a partner of KM. And that's how I kind of got to know Adam and worked with him online on like the album release of Indie Earth. The concept was that they would have artists from here, from KM College students, write original songs, and then they would fly mixing and mastering engineers from Australia, from my university, like literally my teacher, Professor Yanto. He would fly to Chennai, stay at KM, and in 1 week they would record an album, which featured like all the different students, well not all, but whatever, I don't know how they selected it, some students' works. And then they'd go back to Australia, mix and master it, and then our job as the university students there was to understand how to do an official album release. So it was like a real cool collaborative project, and that's the first time I heard about KM. So last month on my travels, when I found myself in Chennai with one day, spare day, someone's coming? Yeah, cool.
That's it.
Ah, the man! Darsh!
What's up?
How you doing, man? How's the head? Need some water? Got some Gatorade? Solid. Good to finally meet you. Just got started, man. You didn't miss much. Anyway, so I came here, checked it out a month ago, and I just loved the space. Spoke to Adam, just telling him about how I make music while I travel and with like really minimal resources. That's my music studio. I will show you in a second. You know what? I might just move it a little bit more front and center. And my chocolates. So yeah, so I mean, after all that, it feels like a real full circle to come back here and speak and especially meet other musicians in India, which is something I'm really excited to do. So thanks for being here. So here's what I thought we can do. So first, I just thought I would share a little bit about my story, like who I am, how I've got to being this audio nomad that I call myself today. My unique approach to making music. Now this I won't go over all that much because what I understand from Darsh is that a lot of you here are already making your own original music, and I want to talk about that on the next slide. I want to learn about what the people in the room do. So yeah, I'll just touch on that lightly, but the real meat today that I think is something that I've learned over the last year by reading, listening to podcasts, newsletter, is about money. And no one seems to talk about it, right? Everyone's like, oh, musician, you're going to be a star. But what does it actually mean to make it in today's music business? What does making it mean, and what does today's music business mean? So I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to do my best to give you like 6 really actionable tips on how to make money in the music business and make a living out of it, okay? And of course then Q&A. Before I start, I just want to level the playing field by saying I am no big touring artist. I have no big numbers on Spotify. I'm not some influencer on Instagram. I'm none of that. However, so I'm really just on the same path that I'm just walking my path and I'm like on the way. But I believe I've learned some things that I would have shared with myself 2 years ago. So that's why I'm here talking to you, okay? So if you look me up after and you're like, well, this guy is like nothing. Well, I owned it. Cool, so first, I want to ask who's in the room, all right? Because Darsh was telling me there's like a range of people from pianists to producers to engineers, and I'm really curious to know who you are. So raise your hand if you identify yourself as a composer, songwriter, lyricist. Strong hand up from Darsh, tattoo on one arm, love it. Wow, okay, most people in the room. So yeah, what I'm talking about is anything to do with the genesis of a song, right? So quite a few people in the room, nice. What if you're a singer or instrumentalist? I consider vocals as an instrument, so nice, very cool. Okay, most people in the room, super. And by the way, this is not an exam. You don't have to put your hand up for 100% of things. It will get harder, and you might not, but don't feel like you have to get everything right. Just, you know, if you really feel it, put your hand up. If you identify as a music producer, where are my people? My God, like everyone. Oh, this is so good. I normally feel so alone. Nice. Jokes as well, no? Yeah, for sure. Cool. If you identify as a mixing or mastering engineer, yes? Well, what did this mean? Like, what does it mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned.
Yeah. Does anyone know how to mix and master? It's a dark art, who knows? Like, we're all learning, right? Anyway, cool. Few people on there. What if you're a live sound engineer? Very different to mixing and mastering. Cool, yeah, me too. My hand is like way down. Nice, all right. That's why we hire people for this. What if you identify as a performer? Cool, I just saw you, Yash performed while I set up the deck, which was lovely. Nice. How was your gig, by the way, while we're on the topic of performing? Super?
So I came back at 4.
Of course.
Yesterday morning, 9 o'clock, I was in KM
Till late?
till 10.
Doing reading week stuff or?
No, so we had an open mic yesterday.
Oh, cool, nice.
In the lawn, crazy setup.
Super.
And
Good
after
stuff.
that, party.
Of course. Say no more. Nice. Quite a few people performer, original or cover. What if you identify as a DJ? Slightly different performing, but performers. What? Barely. Okay. That's something. No one else? That's all good. Raise your hand if you identify yourself as an educator. And this doesn't mean you have to be some official teacher at KM. Even if you just like the art of sharing with a friend while he's next to you playing an instrument. Yeah? Yeah, cool. Yeah, exactly. I mean, education doesn't have to be all that formal, right? So, that's cool. Content creator?
Try to do YouTube.
Try to do YouTube, yeah, good, fair enough. And as I said, it will get a little harder, so you don't need to feel like you're putting your hand up for everything. These are just different facets of today's music industry, skills or aspects that are important, so I just want to put it out there. Digital marketer, anyone? Whew, alright, cool. I'm very new to this as well, so fair enough. Artist manager, this includes managing yourself. Yes? You manage a band or yourself?
I work for a company.
That manages artists?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Artist manager?
Myself.
Managing yourself? Yep, great, nice. I like that confidence, bro. Entertainment lawyer, anybody?
What is an entertainment?
So they deal with things like copyright. They work with musicians when they're releasing music to clear the samples and get you publishing in order and all this stuff. Cool, no worries. What if you love to travel? Put your hand up if you love to travel. Cool, that seems to bring together almost everyone in the room. One guy just likes to stay right here in KM, fair enough. Don't like traveling?
I'm tired of traveling.
Tired of traveling. Man, I feel that. That is a travel fatigue is a real thing. Nice. So the reason why I'm asking you this is you can take a photo as Dimple already did. And one thing I found helpful is to actually just score yourself out of 10 on the different aspects which you identify with. And you'll equally then find parts that you don't identify with, right? And the aim of the game is that you then know your strengths and it's about leaning into your strengths. It's not about feeling, oh, it's so bad that I don't know how to be a live sound engineer and market digitally. You can't do everything, right? But at least you can identify the parts that you want to upskill in by doing online courses, or you're in the world's probably best place to do it, like KM, or collaborate, right? Because we can't do everything at once. So just out of interest of transparency, this is my profile. I've also changed it from love to live to travel because I really do. So as you can see, I identify strongly with being a music producer. My roots are in DJing. I entered music from DJing, so I don't know how to play an instrument. I learned music theory only a year or two ago. I feel like an imposter in this room right now because this guy was just belting out some classical piano. So I love to share knowledge. I'm learning how to create content and bring people on my artist journey or my music making journey. I live to travel, but I also know that if I'm going to be a music producer and if my composition skills are only a 6 on 10, I need to learn how to mix and master. I'm doing a course to learn that. I need to learn how to digitally market because my organic reach with my content is not going to reach the audience. It's just going to reach my mom, my best friend, and my cat, right? And they're not going to pay the bills. So, so this is just a helpful start, right? If you want to take a photo or a mental screenshot of this.